Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name's Peebiggy, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peebs. And I was not prepared for the anger, the hatred, the vitriol of the posts on gaming Twitter this week for not liking a game. I'm more than likely going to mispronounce this, and I'm very sorry for that. Aya or Aya, again, I'm sorry, said the most terrible, the worstest thing ever on Twitter. Actually, let's get my reading glasses because, bitch, it was bad. Yes, I have the dangly thing, I lose my glasses. That's not the point. And then I uninstalled the game once I realized it was turn-based, which is definitely not my vibe. End quote. Listen, I know, cancel her. It's terrible, disrespectful, you name it. Okay, listen, obviously I'm kidding. Jesus Christ. Really? So yeah, let's talk about this. And I'm going to slip in one of my big hot takes in this video, so she's going to get a little spicy. Now, if you've been here for a while, you already know where I'm going with this. Gaming isn't the same for everybody. Everyone has their own definition of fun, and if that is fishing in World of Warcraft for the next 8 hours on a Sunday, have at her. And if that is hardcore reading with your besties, trying to get progression on your P9s, good for you. And I mean, you don't have to understand it. I don't understand speedrunning. But the people that do it great, have fun. That's all that matters. You don't have to understand it. Like, let me give you an example. Skyrim. Skyrim is a game that most people will tell you is amazing. 11 out of 10. However, in the Elder Scrolls community, it actually had a lot of hot takes because people didn't like how easy it was, or how it had quest markers. Terrible. Or how it was never going to be as good as Morrowind. So yeah, that's, again, most people's favorite iteration. But still, there's some people, no, not for me, don't like it. And that's fine. You don't have to. Myself, I'm not a big fan of shooters or fighting games. And really, outside of MMOs, I like my big story, turn-based games, I'm not gonna lie. Aya or Aya is not a fan of turn-based games, and that is fine. Perfectly fine. She plays World of Warcraft at a professional level, which, again, props where it's due, and she just doesn't like that other type of game. And, like, I'm gonna go a step further, okay? Baldur's Gate is not just a turn-based game. It is an extreme version of a turn-based game. Like, hear me out. A lot of turn-based games do stuff to be quicker. Octopath 2, you could actually speed up the encounter. Final Fantasies, you got to see the bar fill up and then you would go. There's a lot of ways these turn-based games would work out. Baldur's Gate, you physically have to wait for each person of the encounter, which there can be 20, 30, 100. Move. Do their action. Maybe a bonus action. Maybe a small other action, switch to the next person, and each so and so forth, which is great if you like D&D, but like, if you don't like turn-based, you literally are playing the biggest example of one of the slower turn-based games. So it makes total sense if you're like, you know what, fuck turn-based games. Baldur's Gate is not for you, and that's fine. Now, I have seen a lot of people and a lot of comments bitch at her on Twitter. You should have known. It's the most popular game ever. You should have Googled it. You should have known every single detail before purchasing that game. You're only doing this for views. So what? So what? I honestly don't believe she is. But let's play devil's advocate. Think about it with me. This game is bananas. It's breaking records left, right, and center for sales, for people playing it, people talking about it. It is broken how many review scores? As a Twitch streamer, this is your living, why wouldn't you get on that train? Why? And again, if this is your business, why wouldn't you play the shit out of it, even if you kind of hated it? So again, devil's advocate comes back empty-handed. If she didn't like it, but was doing it for the money, she would have zipped it and went, yay, it's great. Fucking game. And I do not want to hear one person say, you should have Googled every single little detail before purchasing a $60 USD game. Really? How many of you did? How many of you went through each option, went through every word of the Steam page before clicking purchase? I clicked none. I watched 3 trailers, fell in love, bought it. How many people do that for every single game they purchase? Fuck it, how many times did you Google the materials on a shirt, the stitching of a shirt, the size, then the size chart? Bullshit. Bullshit. Don't tell me you did. That's a lie. Flat lie. Most people were just looking for a reason to bitch and a reason to say something controversial on Twitter. And to that person, I'm like, whatever. Get bent. I promised you a hot take, and I'm going to give you one. I'm going to preface this that a lot like Aya's situation, this is very much my humble opinion. Okay? And many will not feel the same at all. Dragon Age Origins is a mid-game at best because of the gameplay, and I would argue would be a million times better if it was turn-based. Yeah, I hate the gameplay of that game. It honestly makes me not want to play it. The story is pretty good except one part, which I really don't like, but generally speaking, pretty good. And then I go to play it and I'm like, ugh, this again. So yeah, that's a stupid popular game that most people like and enjoy. And listen, I already hear the comments, but peeps, if you would read all the tooltips for the 8th time, but peeps, if you watched a video on how to fill in those tooltips for the 15th time, but peeps, if you only played it this way, you would like it. Some games are just not for you. And that's okay. Alright. But that's the backlash that people fear when they say, you know what, it's just, I don't like it. And I am begrudgingly going through it because I heard that the gameplay is much better for later iterations, but the story is still bar none. So I'm still trying to get my way through it so I can get to the better gameplay and get to the more story, because more story is more story. And listen, if it's your favorite game, I'm glad it is. If you're like, man, this is the best game I've ever played, fantastic. Listen, I don't want people to not have awesome games to play. I want everyone to have the most awesomest games to play that you love. But you don't need to shit on other people if they're like, you know what, that's not my awesomest game. Baldur's Gate to me is fantastic. I mean, fan-fucking-tastic. I'm a big D&D fan. I love turn-based games. And I like the puzzles. I like the idea that you can do stuff very differently. Even though I'm not very creative as a person when it comes to those types of games, I tend to just kind of look around as best I can, try a couple things, and if that don't work, barrel in. But that's how I play. You don't have to play that way. And I hope you guys do enjoy the games that you do. And if you are playing Baldur's Gate, that you're having a great game. And if you don't enjoy it, refund it. It's okay. I promise. Speaking of barreling in and not being that creative, I may have fucked up a few encounters, like, you know, rest in peace Haslin. No bear cuddles for me. Either way, listen, it's 2023, why in the fuck are we gatekeeping? Why in the fuck are we just not letting people enjoy stuff? Listen, life's too short, just have fun. Have fun, enjoy your awesomest game to you. Alright? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and you know what? Fuck it. Tell me a game that's popular that you don't like, and why. Because why not? Listen, you are allowed to just not like it. And if you like getting nerdy, you like video games, you like watching people play video games, listen, I stream a shit ton. You know what to do. Listen, watch a few, subscribe, ring that bell, come say hi on Twitter. X. Twitter. I'm on all the socials either way. Warchief Peeps, it's me. You see the big red hair, you know it's me. Alright? In the meantime, have a legendary night. Thanks so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. No, seriously, I tried that encounter with Haslin twice, and we're not going to get into spoilers, but I fucked it up bad. The second time, which I thought I came in with this big old plan, I fucked it up worse. So you know what? I accepted defeat, moved on, and we're doing alright, even without our bear cuddles. I'm fine. Haslin's not. The game is great if it's your cup of tea.